Now you've brought with you a book that you want to review for us.
I do.
So tell us about it.
Well, there's so many great books coming out this year from really big authors. So I wanted to review a quieter book that I was handed to by my Random House rep. She said, "Jenna, this is your next favourite book," and she got it right. It really was wonderful, and I've passed it on to the staff and we loved it. One of my favourite books is The Orphan Master's Son by Adam Johnson.
Right, yes.
I really like David Mitchell, I really like Murakami, and I feel like this book sits within this genre.
Right.
So Susan Barker, she's a British author, and she's from her dad is from the UK and her mother is Malaysian Chinese, and most of her books are set in Asia. So this is her third book. It's the first one I've read, The Incarnations. So this is about a taxi driver called Wang. It's 2008, the Sydney Olympics the Beijing Olympics are about to start, and he just lives this quiet life. He's quite a depressive character, and he drives around, has a wife and a daughter. He starts getting these letters that are tucked into the flap of his wind visor and sun visor in the taxi.
Does he not know how they get there?
He doesn't know how they get there.
Fascinating.
So
yeah.
this person who's writing these letters tells him that they are his soulmate and they have lived 5 previous lives together, and this is their last life.
So
together.
The Incarnations.
The Incarnations.
Right.
So while he's trying to figure out what this, who's writing these letters, and because this person is watching him, so he knows they're in his life somehow, they're also giving him, writing down the past lives that they've had together in the different types of over 1,000 years of Chinese history. So you read the story of this taxi driver as well as these 5 points in Chinese history through different dynasties, and Genghis Khan and the Tang dynasty, and with eunuchs and things.
So it's like 5 separate stories within the one book in terms of Chinese history.
Yes, yeah. So you read a bit about him, and then you start a new chapter, and it's about it goes back in time, and so his relationship with the soulmate is different in every incarnation. So sometimes they're enemies or lovers or related, and so it's thrilling. And because you really want to know who the soulmate is, it just keeps you going right to the end. Right. I just thought it was fantastic. Fantastic.
Well, you had just told me that you were going to review this book, and I haven't read it yet. And a customer walked into the women's bookshop yesterday and said, "I've just read this amazing book called The Incarnations."
Really? Oh, that's
and I said,
fantastic.
"Right, well, because we've got it in stock as well." And I said, "Well, you know, Jenna from Time Out has just been raving to me about it, and she's going to review it on the book show." So it's one that we highly recommend to customers.
Yes, yeah. Well, I must say that when you go back in time, the stories are very brutal, and there's some brutal violence in there, which didn't put me off, but I can see how it would put some people off. But I think if you've read Murakami, you've read David Mitchell, The Sun by Philip Meyer, that it's real, it's these things that happened, and you cringe a bit, but you have to keep on reading.
Right.
Yeah,
so it sounds as though you're really hooked into it.
Oh, completely. And then I gave it to all of our staff, and it's one of those, because, you know, it's really hard to get everybody to read one book because we're trying to cover them all.
But also you have different tastes as well.
Definitely. Yeah. But we've all read this and really, really enjoyed it, and our customers have really enjoyed it too.
So that's a fantastic recommendation. So it's from Random House, and it's $37, and it's in the bookshops now.
It is, it is. It's in the bookstores. We're selling truckloads of them. I think that could be that secret surprise for your for someone who's never heard of the author, but they read it and they think it's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Jenna.
Thank you.